Come on. 2, 3.
Good morning. Welcome back to the Broadcast Retirement Network. I'm Jeff Snyder. This is BRN AM for Tuesday, May 10th, 2022. And our top story today, giving your kid the get up and go lifestyle. Joining me now to discuss this and a lot more, Tamara Conan is with the Healthy Kids Running Series. Tamara, great to see you. Thanks so much for joining us on the program this morning.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate the time to share our mission.
Absolutely. I love this. And just for context, I think in terms of our conversation, last week we had a conversation about evolution of gaming. So a lot of kids these days playing on their phones, playing consoles.
Yeah.
I grew up with the Atari 2600, but that dates me. Why running? Why is running so important and getting youth into running?
Well, I think, just seeing kids growing up, myself, and thinking back to even when I was a child, I mean, we would be outside all day, right? You go out in the morning, then your mom calls you in late at night. And now I think technology, gaming, all of that has become so much more prevalent, especially coming out of the pandemic, right? Where we have virtual schooling, you have the social distancing, kids were learning a little bit more on their laptops and IT. And so our mission really is to get kids outside and active. We're using running as the tool to do that. And it's great because Healthy Kids, you can have no background in running whatsoever, right? You could just be like, hey, I want to try it out. But it's a safe environment for us to teach these kids of how fun it can be to be outside and active. And it doesn't matter if you're good at it or if you're not good at it, it's just out. And you have the mental health aspect of how, beneficial it is to be outside in the fresh air with some sun, being around people, looking at nature, listening to the sounds that are outside. So, we love it when kids come to Healthy Kids and they're outside and it changes their life.
Yeah, and I like the fact that it says Healthy Kids. You have a partnership with the USA Track and Field Foundation. Let's talk about that partnership a little bit. Obviously, USA Track and Field, I think of Olympics, I think of, FloJo, I'm dating myself, Carl Lewis. I mean, these were great Olympic athletes.
Yeah.
Talk about the partnership and what that means to Healthy Kids Running Series.
Well, one of the things that we're really trying to do is to get into communities that, have children that their families are not able to be a part of our, program, right? Where we want to really dig into inner city and offer this to families. And the foundation was gracious enough to partner with us to help us to get some programs going. And the one specifically for us that we're working towards is Baltimore. And, we don't want a child to ever not have the opportunity to be a part of Healthy Kids. And so together with their foundation, we're going to be able to offer programming, to any child that wants it within that community.
So running is something that I think since the beginning, when humans were able to walk upright, we ran, we hunted,
Yep.
we did things. I mean, running is just really natural, but
Yep.
running anyone can do, provided, obviously they're physically able to do it.
Yep.
How do I, if I have a child in Baltimore, my hometown, by the way, full of disclosure, how do I get my child involved in Healthy Kids Running Series?
Well, so it's interesting, we have a lot of different components to Healthy Kids programming wise, where, we even have a challenger division for our children that may have, be in a wheelchair or they need assistance with walking. So we want every child to feel comfortable when they're a part of Healthy Kids. So the best way to do this, obviously, we spread word of mouth for Healthy Kids. A child and their family can just walk up on race day, or they can go to our website. They click on the Find a Race tab. They find their state, their city, and they can register that way too. So registration never closes for Healthy Kids. We never want to turn a child or a family away. So that is one of the best parts.
And do I need to, I've got one more question before we go to commercial break. And does my child need to know how to run? And I say that not jokingly, but like
No,
if I'm
it's a
going to
good question.
marathon or if I'm going to do triathlons, there's a training process. I don't know how young kids do start that process, but do I need to know all the special techniques of how to have the right gait or how to put my foot down, etc.?
No, you don't. And that is the best part about Healthy Kids. So we actually have an interactive guide that a child gets within their registration, which in there's stretching videos and, how to run the proper form. We also had a partnership with Run Doyen, and they provided training videos for our longer distance runners. So the partnership with them, they actually created videos that live on our website, and registrants can go and look at those videos and practice leading up to race day. So that is really for our quarter mile runners and up. But when it comes to our little guys, it's all about us just, cheering them on, creating that environment where they're just excited to be a part of it. And, we all, just encourage each other. And moms and dads, there's a mom and dad race too. So a little bit of role reversal at the end, but I mean, there's no experience needed. We provide some tools for the families, to get educated about what race day is and what to look forward to and what that expectation is on the actual event day.
Well, Tamara, I need to take a very quick break. When we come back, we'll talk more about running, how to get your kid involved or children involved. Maybe that's probably the better way to say it these days. You're going to want to stay tuned right here on BRN AM. Imagine a new television network that will make you richer, healthier, and in control of your financial future. This network is for the policewoman in Nashville, Tennessee, the baker in Dubuque, Iowa, the teacher in Lexington, Kentucky. We want to make the idea of savings and retirement culturally relevant. But what do you see as a defining issue of the midterms? Especially for the smaller businesses. I mean, they are the lifeblood of the American economy. Featuring exclusive interviews, current affairs, and docuseries. 33 years old, you retired early.
The philosophy is money only matters if it helps you live a life that you love.
But you got to start thinking about retirement as soon as you get in.
The Broadcast Retirement Network will drive very high engagement with premium partnerships. So this isn't retirement and savings for your parents or grandparents. This is for all Americans. And we're going to change the way you think about money. Welcome to the next frontier of retirement and savings. This is BRN, the Broadcast Retirement Network.
Are you stuck with a low credit score? A credit report and score that's causing you to be denied credit or pay higher interest rates than others for the same things? Then do what Terrence did and call Credit Repaired for your free credit evaluation to help restore your credit.
I started thinking about buying a new house, and my score wasn't where I needed it to be. I called and spoke with one of the representatives, and we just had a good conversation, and I liked what he was saying.
Just one call for his free credit evaluation was all it took to start back on the track to repairing his credit.
I'm seeing the deletions and I'm getting the report, so I know something's being done. It does make a difference to me.
All it takes is one call to get started.
Credit Repair has given me a second chance to have a better credit score.
Don't let a low credit score hold you back another day. Do what Terrence did and make the call for your free credit evaluation.
Call 800-819-4152. That's 800-819-4152. Again, 800-819-4152.
Welcome back. We're talking this morning to Tamara Conan of the Healthy Kids Running Series. Tamara, thanks so much for staying with us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
So we were joking off screen, offline about when we were kids running. We used to run around all day, all night, playing ball. Physical education on the bike, right? We used to jump. We used to, back in the day, by the way, in our neighborhood, we used to jump kids on the bike, which I think today would be a clear no-no. It was a no-no back then, but we ran around a little bit unfettered. Let's talk about physical education, the importance we got this in gym class and in schools, but with the acceleration of computer use, and you mentioned children working remote learning, gaming, etc., there is that, in my opinion, and I'm curious for yours, that lack of physical education, that lack of physical use. And you don't want to lose the use of your extremities, like your arms, your legs, and keeping your body in good fitness.
No, yeah, you're right. I mean, it's interesting because during the pandemic, we had pivoted Healthy Kids to a virtual programming option, and then provided our families with, social media videos that they could watch and engage with the coordinator. And then there was activities throughout the week. They could record their child running their distance and then post it on, social media. We did like giveaways and things like that. And one of the really cool things that came out of this was I had gotten emails from PE teachers that the PE teachers were then using Healthy Kids as part of their class credit for their students. And they said, oh, if you're in Healthy Kids and you run your distance this week, turn this in to me, and that'll count as one of your activities for what we're trying to do. So it's a great tool, that kids they're learning the running on the weekends. They're getting engaged with Healthy Kids. We have kids that are continuing to run after they graduate from our program. They're going into middle school, they're going into high school, and they really found a love for being active and outside. And we hope that it not only changes their perception of being active outside just for running, but that it filters into all areas of their life, right? We want them to create this healthy lifestyle. So it's healthy eating, it's mindset, the physical activity aspect. It really encompasses your whole life, and we want it for their family too, right? Their parents are coming and they do the parent mile in week 5. And we've had a lot of families that their lives have been changed by becoming active and healthy and learning how to do this together as a family.
And it seems so easy. I mean, what's the time commitment here? If people sign up for the program, we're not talking like 8 hours, are
right.
we? And what's the time commitment to be physically active, to engage in running and learn running for you and your child?
I mean, that is the best part about it is, Healthy Kids doesn't have practices throughout the week, right? But we encourage our families and our kids to be active during the week, whether it's, they're doing a Zumba class or like my daughter, her PE class, the one year they were doing yoga, they did Zumba, they've done like archery, so many different ways to be active. So our families, they can run during the week, they can practice. The race day itself, so Healthy Kids is 5 weeks in length, and the race itself is about an hour each weekend, which is great. It's the perfect amount of time. It's a community-based program, so a lot of our runners become friends with those at their starting line, or they're making new friends, which is great. The moms and dads are around people that they know from in their community or that their kids are in school with. So it's great. They come, they have that hour time, with us on Sunday. We're thankful that they're allowing us to be a part of their weekend time and spending it with us. And it's great to get to know all these families.
And who knows, you could be training the future Olympic stars
for
America at some point, or maybe for another country.
Yep.
Tamara, what's the future look like for the Healthy Kids series? I mean, when you have your crystal ball, and I think this is what I want to do is kind of tee it up for potential sponsors out there, people watching the program. They want to either participate, but also they may want to join what the USA Track and Field Foundation is doing. What's the future look like? What if you had a crystal ball and you had no limitations? What does the future look like?
Wow. I mean, that's, my crystal ball. I want to see Healthy Kids in every community. I want every single child to have the ability to be a part of the program. That's one of the reasons why we came up with a Challenger division for our families. We're an inclusive program. We want every child to be a part of it. We want every child to feel comfortable at Healthy Kids. So that's why if a child comes and they're nervous, or they have concerns, we want the parents to talk to our coordinators and let us know so that we can work with them. But I want it in every community. I want it in every state. We do now have a race that is international. I'd love to see it in other countries as well. I mean, it's a simple program for our families to be a part of that changes their lives. It's hard for me to describe it unless you've been to one, when you see these child come across the finish line, their smile is just unbelievable, especially a child that was nervous or that they were struggling to get to the finish line. And we don't care how they make it to the finish line, whether they're jogging, they're doing a combination of walking, but when they make it to the finish line, they're how proud they are of themselves. And you can see it in their smile is just, it warms your heart. I mean, it's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, children are purists and they're moldable and malleable, and I think that's what the great thing about having children is. Tamara, we're going to have to leave it there. Thanks so much for joining us, and we look forward to having you back on the program again very soon.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
That wraps up this episode of BRN AM. Have a topic of interest, somebody you think we should talk to, drop us a line. And don't forget, for all the latest security news and lifestyle, wellness, finance, tech, so much more, all in one place, check out today's edition of our daily newsletter, The Morning Pulse. Want to search our archives, check out our latest content? Well, visit our website and our streaming partners like Amazon, Roku, Samsung, over 100 to choose from. We're back again tomorrow for another edition of BRN AM. Until then, I'm Jeff Snyder. Stay safe.
Waiting here for you to take and drink of. But if you're tired, come on.
Now is your opportunity to co-create content around any topic on the first lifestyle and wellness network. Reach a global audience through our platform and co-own exclusive branded content. All of our programs are available on demand and also as audio-only podcasts, so you can take us on the go. Broadcast Retirement Network, available anytime, anywhere, and on any device.
Are you being audited and do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Is the IRS threatening to take more of your money? Don't fight the IRS alone. The Tax Doctor is here to help you negotiate your tax bill and reduce your stress. The IRS can freeze your assets and seize your bank accounts, but you can stop these IRS actions. The Tax Doctor will work with you using our years of experience to represent your case to help you get the best resolution under the IRS guidelines. Help is here to deal with the IRS to reduce your stress. We've handled thousands of cases, so we know what we're doing. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, do not call the IRS alone. Call a Tax Doctor now for a tax emergency analysis.
Call 800-224-6439.